let's do this.
Heck yeah. Horseradish.
I was playing guitar and he cut me off with horseradish. Welcome to the OwlCast, ladies and gentlemen. I think before we get too far into this, I think I owe an explanation for why we haven't put out a podcast in a while. Technical difficulties.
He's a lazy fuck.
And technical difficulties. Technical difficulties, and I'm lazy. But no, I recorded. Big Man was there. I recorded an entire podcast. I think it was an hour and a half long, just to make up for the time. We had a really long podcast. Then none of the footage was kept.
I wasn't invited. I'm hurt.
You went to sleep.
You know what? Fair enough.
Podcast at 2 a.m. in the morning till like 3.
Fuck, no wonder I was asleep.
Yeah.
I am Batman.
Yes, actually. Speaking of Batman, okay, so. Speaking of that, a lot of people have been.
Batman are in the same room.
Are you guys actually going to go see that new like Justice League movie coming out?
Nope.
Does anyone know when it comes out?
It already came out. Nope.
It did?
Sorry, it's already in theaters.
Is it really?
Pretty sure.
I might take someone to see that, but I need someone to take. I don't know about. I don't have anyone to take. Dude, I honest to God would.
Like, just Skype me and then, like, put me in the other seat.
Okay, let's. Okay, have you guys ever, like, snuck food into a movie theater before?
Nope.
Okay.
No, I have. Wait, yes, I have.
You have?
I snuck candy in there.
What? How old were you?
Wait.
I don't know. I just wanted some candy, okay? They wanted, like, $14 for a box of candy. Like, what? No. Singular.
Yeah, because they don't allow you to
box
put
of
food
jelly
in there.
beans, and they want to sell it for $15. No.
I'm a jelly bean. Okay, so that was a moment of silence.
That was awkward. Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
See, I thought...
Okay, there we go. My mic legit, like, I was trying to adjust my mic on the mic stand, and my mic just broke its own neck and fell off. I was like, well, that's awkward. That's fun for the people at home. So, yeah, my mic disconnect. You can see, even when we do the podcast in, technical difficulties strike. It's such a pain. I hate it.
You probably take Sugar to the theater with you. She'd behave herself.
That's
probably.
That's a lie now. Okay, so I was dating this. Not even dating. I was just friends with this really ratchet girl at the time, and she thought it was cute for us to get food. She was like, "Let's get food before the movie theater." So we'll go to the food court and we get food because it's the mall. And so we get a good amount of food, and I'm like, "Oh, our movie's starting like in 10 minutes. We gotta go." She's like, "But we're not done yet." I'm like, "Well, I mean, I'll just get you popcorn." She's like, I don't want a popcorn. I want to finish this." She had literally, like, I think, like, a quarter of a burger left and a 10-piece.
Oh.
Stuffs my 10-piece and her 10-piece in her purse. She zips it up and walks right through security. We had our tickets before. Walk right through. And then we sit in the movie theater, and she passes me nuggets throughout the movie. Like, she just feeds me nuggets during the movie. I was so mind-boggled by how huge her scrotaculars were for a woman. It blew my mind. I was like, you could do this? You could just sneak food in here? So, but Chief was an OG. Chief was like, I'm going to go to the candy shop downstairs and just have it in my pockets, and there's nothing you can do about it.
What you gonna do? Search me, bitch? It's a movie theater. It's a movie theater. Airport. Fuck out of here.
I love the fact that Chief snuck past security with candy to get into a movie theater. That's ridiculous. I wish I met you. Like, I wish we were the same age and I met you as a kid. So, that being said, I want to talk about a couple of topics before we get to Dragon Ball Super, because I know we'll talk about Super for an hour. So let's not get there. Let's not get the super. But I want to ask you guys, when it comes to relationships, whether with women or with family, because I got to include Kuko in this one, or friends, got to include Kuko with this one.
Hey!
You know
Why did you say that twice? Why did you say that twice?
Anyway, have you guys had, like, what is the most awkward relationships you've ever had with a girl, family, or friend? Had to include Kuko in this one.
Fuck you.
I understand that feeling, and I'm okay with that. However, that being said, and before we go too much further into this, EJ, my boy, I understand that you are here and you are now gone. You go by now. Fantastic. Podcast is happening. Can't have no interruptions, really. So.
Why not just go to the OGM chat? You can't get in there.
That makes a lot of sense, and I'm stupid. That made too much sense, and I'm dumb. Are you happy? Are you happy you made me look stupid mid-podcast?
You went right back in the inner sanctum, and he can't get in here.
I put him in the inner sanctum. That being said, my question still remains: what is the most awkward situation you've ever had, like relationship-wise, with somebody?
Haven't had one.
I've had the mispleasure of, like, I don't know how to describe it.
You might have to go into more detail by what you mean awkward, because I'm drumming up some total blanks here.
Like, okay, for example, not going to say any situation specifically, but I was in a relationship, and a woman who was my ex, I comforted her on her rebound guy. Like, she had a rebound guy, and I comforted her on that situation, and that was kind of awkward for me. Because I was like, but why though? He's a beta male. But why though? So yeah.
I don't like he's the rebound.
Yeah, I get it. I understand that. Is Sheaf there?
Yeah, his mic's muted though. Austinson dipped.
This is why we don't do podcasts, people. This is why we don't do podcasts. Not enough people here.
There's still technically 3.
No, man. This is not enough people for this podcast. We're gonna keep it trucking though. We're gonna keep it trucking. The Owl and Kuko cast. Let's get it.
All right.
This is ridiculous. Dragon Ball Super episode. What was it?
Something special for this. You remember what we did earlier?
Mm-mm.
You don't remember what I did earlier to make up for yesterday?
Oh, wait, are we both gonna do it?
Yeah.
All right. I'm standing.
Count of 3.
Uh-huh. Let's go.
Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. You didn't do it. You didn't do it yet. Also, that was weak. That was weak.
Oh, whatever.
You know what? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, never mind. I stand corrected. For those of you who are curious as to what you just heard,
you have to do it with the fury of Zeus.
I didn't know. So for those of you out of the loop and curious as to what happened, I feel like you should explain what just happened.
You take your loins, you point them towards the heaven, and then you give it all you've got in one swell thrust, and yeah, that's what you're doing. The thrust of Zeus.
He thrusted. We both just air thrusted really hard. This podcast, I stood up with you and we air thrusted real hard, and you called mine weak. And then you did yours, and it was ridiculous. I think that is a podcast. No, we're going to keep it going. So the Dragon Ball Super episode, was it 115, 116? What was it?
I think it was 116.
What are your opinions on the episode? Not the characters, just the episode overall.
Yay! Kefla's finally done.
That's a little rude, but understandable.
I don't care. Also, Ultra Instinct was badass. You can't touch me, woman.
This episode was very interesting. It had very good music, obviously, because but it also, the episode felt tense. For some weird reason, usually in these episodes, there is no feeling of stakes. There's no actual threat there, you know? But in this episode...
Goku's heavy breathing got me like, oh, is he actually struggling here?
Like, this episode actually made me feel tense and made me question Chief's back. But yeah, during this episode, I actually was like, what is happening? The moment Kefla started freaking out in her do or die mode, right? I
will say one thing, though. Champa Supreme Kai, though.
Yeah, that was weird.
Dude flipped his fucking shit. I guess I can understand him. It was like, I only have 4 fighters left in this tournament. They keep taking their boneheaded asses after this one dude who keeps knocking them off one by one. It's like, and now he only has 2 fighters left.
One by 2.
And if I'm being honest, those 2 fighters that are left aren't very impressive. They have done nothing to impress me yet.
Oh, is it the 2 Namekians?
Yep, they're the only ones left. Universe 6 is in dead last place right now. Not counting the universes that were already wiped out.
Well, that's... Bye-bye, Champa. If Piccolo and Gohan get it together in the next episode, if Piccolo and Son decide to take this seriously.
They won't. Because, Universe 6 are fan favorites, and they're going to be in the sidelines cheering people on and shit. I bet you money those Namekians we're not even going to see them fighting for a couple of episodes until they're ready to get rid of Universe 6.
What was the next episode preview even of? I wasn't paying attention.
I didn't see it, so I don't know.
I think, okay, so let's talk about what actually bothered me about this episode. The fact Kefla entered her do-or-die mode, the fact that Kefla put up as much of a fight as she did boggles me. Also, there's a couple of lines that don't make any sense, like, Goku as an Ultra Instinct fighter punched Kefla into the dirt, and her response was, that didn't even hurt, while she's scratched and bruised. I was genuinely confused.
Common. Well, it did.
I was genuinely confused as to what was happening. Like, I couldn't comprehend it. Not on the concept of, it was Will. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what is happening? And then
that didn't hurt. I can see the scars on your body, you liar.
Yeah, it's like that's a big man level of lying.
Hey.
So, all right, that's enough of that. This is starting to stop being funny. Another issue I had was when Goku decides to do the Jiren thing that Jiren stole from Goku in early Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Where he punches the air really fast and the shockwave knocks Kefla a mile back. Kefla's reaction is so genuinely stupid. I don't know.
I don't remember it too well.
It was. I'm not going to get into that right now. But also, that I'd be here an hour. But what does bother me is Kefla overall. So I haven't done this on a podcast in a minute. So we haven't delved into Kefla as a character.
Now her outfit makes no damn sense.
Kefla's outfit doesn't make any sense. Her characteristics don't make any sense. Her personality doesn't match the fusion. Vegito is a combination of Goku and Vegeta. And when he's on screen, he acts like both of them. He has the arrogance of Vegeta, but also the Goku ability to back it up, but also a sense of humor that Goku has. Only Goku would have a sense of humor.
Vegeta's arrogance and Goku's playfulness.
Yeah, and it culminates beautifully with Vegeta. For example, Vegito asking, like, the way Vegito's punching, like, it's almost a reused scene, actually, when Vegito's punching Merge Zombies with a fat arm and how he did Super Boo. When he's punching him and smiling and laughing, like, aren't you, like, he's like, you just made yourself easier, and he's having a good time. That's Goku in there and Vegeta, and that makes sense. That's perfect. Kefla, it looks like her...
Vegeta has a strong body.
Basically, yeah. Kefla as a character acts like neither Kale or Caulifla. A lot of people won't understand that when I say that. Like, oh yeah, she does. No, she doesn't. Kefla is very goofy. She acts like Goku. She's very silly. She's very goofy. She doesn't take this fight seriously. Whereas Caulifla and Kale both took everything seriously, especially Kale. Caulifla would smile while fighting you, and she'd do the whole boxing thing. But Kale was holding Goku still, and that's her fighting style. It's like a street style fighting. And they're Saiyans, they enjoy fighting, so of course they're gonna smile. Kefla doesn't act like either of them. She's very silly.
Nearly fell on her face twice after punching and just going a little too fast forward. Yeah, it happened twice.
Like, and then another aspect of it is, as a fusion, Kefla, it looks like, I'm gonna say my theory, as you guys know my theory, but my theory is Kefla was designed first. And she was designed to be, like, able to push Goku as a Super Saiyan Blue. And then they were like, okay, it wouldn't make any sense for this Saiyan from Universe 6 to be this strong. What if we made her a fusion? And then they split her design into two characters. And then they explain how those characters are as strong as they are to Kefla. You know what I mean? That's at least my theory. But you can tell they designed Kefla and not her Super Saiyan form, because it is the most inconsistent thing in that episode. For example, for those of you watching the episode, a lot of you might have assumed that Kefla's ponytail was gone after she transformed.
Oh no, it's still there.
It's not the case. Her hair is still in a ponytail. I highly recommend you go back and watch certain shots where it's showing her from behind. You'll notice there's one little spike of her hair with a ring around it that looks super disproportionate to the rest of her body. Her hair changes in every shot from being extremely tiny to very large. They didn't design her Super Saiyan form. Arguably for a good reason. Because why would you design a Super Saiyan form of a character who's a fusion and not know how the Super Saiyan forms of your current characters would look? You know what I mean? That's just my personal theory is they designed Kefla first. Then Kill and Caulifla fell into place. Okay. That being said, Kefla as a character is interesting. She's a fun, interesting character, and she's not horrible. I don't like her. I don't like the character. We're going to be real with you. But I do understand why a lot of people would like her, and I do see her as an interesting character. She's not boring. She's not Jiren. She's actually very interesting. It's just the poor writing that led to her being made ruined her for a lot of people, and I completely understand that. I think there's not even like a question as to why people would get upset with Kefla. A poor writing.
She has pui levels of confidence.
Yeah. Never thought of it that way. So this episode has Vegeta finally realize what Goku's been doing the entire time, which that annoys me, because how did you not know? How? How would you not have known when you're the only other person who Whis ultimately told to do this? He fights Whis more than Goku. He knows, like, come on, fam.
Plot-induced stupidity.
Oh my god.
I just don't like it. I can't.
Nobody likes plot-induced stupidity. It's just a thing that happens.
Kefla being taken out, the way she was taken out was pretty good.
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
I will surf on your blast, you thought.
key surfing?
That was actually really cool. I really like that. I do think the mechanic they tried to explain why Goku didn't one-shot her out of the ring and make the fight super anticlimactic was because of, like, that's why they did that. Because Goku as Ultra Instinct could easily one-shot her out of the ring, but the fight would be too anticlimactic, so they had to make it interesting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So they had to go, okay.
Let's make this look as awesome as possible, but try not to make too much sense.
Not even that, they're like, okay, let's limit how much damage he does in Ultra Instinct, if he thinks. Because Goku threw a punch, looked at his hand, and was like, I thought about that, and it didn't hit her as it should have. And Kevin was like, ha, that didn't hurt at all. Battered and bruised. Then Goku punches the air, and she's battered and bruised.
So Goku's totally conscious during Ultra Instinct.
Apparently, yes and no. He's conscious. He's just not in. Okay, so Goku. The way I can describe this is the human body, right, is like a car. And when Goku is driving the car, and each of the gears that he puts the car in is a version of Super Saiyan. Blue, God, whatever. Super Saiyan. Kaioken, yeah. It's just each gear that he in the car. But then Ultra Instinct is Goku hopping into the passenger seat and letting the car drive itself. And then if Goku actively touches any of the gears or thinks I should brake right now, the car would brake and wouldn't brake as efficiently as it would without him doing it. So that's the concept. I can explain it best I can. Is that he's aware of what's going on around him. He's just in the passenger seat, not in the driver's seat. Does that make sense?
I guess.
This is so Ultra Instinct is the dumbest thing. I'm more powerful than you. How so? I'm letting my body fight. I'm not. What? I can't. Anyway, hold on.
Makes about as much sense as stuff does in Dragon Ball.
So what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? Like, I know we talked about this last time we tried to recording, but I wasn't able to do it. I just want to bring it up.
Sitting in my room, eating snacks, drawing smut, and playing video. And drawing more smut.
What do you mean drawing more smut? On Thanksgiving, I might draw a lewd turkey girl on Thanksgiving.
What is wrong with you?
I don't have anything wrong with me. For those of you who want to see any of my art and Big Man's art, please check the description down below. Yeah. Plug. Mid podcast, because I'm a terrible person. So, Chief, you've been playing a lot of For Honor recently. I believe it to be...
If you're easily offended, keep your ass off my Tumblr page, because I don't care.
Actually, especially go to his Tumblr page. Anyway, if you... Yo, Chief, you've been playing a lot of For Honor lately. I haven't... I think it's Rock, Paper, Scissors Simulator. Just advanced. I don't really like it. But I enjoyed it when I played it. I just did...
Ultimate Tenkaichi?
Kinda. I enjoyed it when I played it. I just... You know what I mean? So, my question is for you, Chief. Sell me on it. Or what do you like about For Honor?
I don't know, it's just kind of fun. It's not really
That's my answer to
I
Xenoverse.
just play it. So I'm bored.
That is also my answer to Xenoverse.
Yeah, you just play. There's not really any games out that excite us anymore. Tokyo was exciting for a little bit, but we kind of reached the height that we could go.
We hit a brick wall because we got the free Alliance version.
I mean, I've been replaying Sonic Adventure 2 and being a very good parent to my child. I don't really know.
By breaking their eggs, we throw them in a wall.
That's the most, whatever. I'm a good parent to my child. I don't think that there's like...
You give them brain damage upon their introduction into this world by throwing their eggs at walls.
Silence. That's not true at all. So I've been playing a lot of Adventure 2, you know? And it's been fun playing Sonic Adventure 2. I think, like... How do you say it? Like, Sonic Forces was fun and it was amazing. And it satiated my hunger for a video game really well. It did its job. My family's home. But here we are now... post Forces, and I'm like, oh god, there's nothing. Except the DLC for Xenoverse in a week from now. Which, yeah, maybe I picked that up. Maybe I played it.
November 28th, I believe. Which I'm just going to play exclusively as Buhan and pretty much fuck everybody else. Not even lying. I'm probably going to pick them up in some random cast matches, but for the most part, it's Buhan or get the fuck out.
I don't like. Is that it? Like, is there like? Come on, man! Like, video games used to be like these things that you'd play for hours and hours on end, and they'd steal you away from reality because of how fun they were alone, and then with friends they were amazing. And here
That
we are now.
reminds me of that Samurai Warrior stream I did earlier. Halfway through the damn thing, I got bored and quit playing. Like, that stream did not go on as long as I expected it to. The one that I named Pikachu in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
It ended pretty early because I got bored with the game I was playing.
Like, are we getting like too old for it? No, because Chief's are like Chief. You're the youngest here. Not gonna put your age out there, but even you are getting burnt out on this. So there's a no. It's not us.
It's because a lot of the games,
nothing good is coming out.
They're not really giving us anything good.
I've
played a few of the classics and they're really good.
I'm on the PlayStation PS4 store right now. Assassin's Creed Origins, Sims.
Come to think of it, I still play the shit out of Senran Kagura because that game's fun. It's just that no one else plays it.
I'm getting this in, but we have like with the games that are considered interesting that we pick up according to PlayStation are Battlefront 2, Neo, DLC, Need for Speed, LA Noire, Sims 4.
Well, the exception is Sims 4 because I'm weird. None of that sounds interesting.
Like, Assassin's Creed Origins is a game that I would get.
Wait, that depends on how much Sims 4 costs. How much does it cost?
Let me go back and check. I am sorry. We're doing this mid-podcast. We're trying to pick this up. Sims 4 cost a grand total of, drumroll please, $60.
Fuck no! For Sims?
50, but if you want the deluxe, it's 60.
For Sims! Fuck no! I paid like, I guess 15 or 10 bucks for a Sims game on the PC, and it was fun.
Dude, these
It was
games.
15 bucks.
I want you to hear me right now. Like, these are
There's a Ben 10 game.
Eat my ass if you think I'm paying that much for Sims.
none of these games are okay. Then I'm okay. None of these games that have come out recently are any form of the word good. There's just not enough. There's not enough interesting games coming out right now, dog. Like, it's not even like.
Oh my god, another Assassin's Creed game. They made us wait 2 years instead of 1. Oh.
It's like nothing's good, dog. Overwatch, 2K18, Destiny 2. Like Call of Duty, Rainbow Six Siege.
I don't like shooters by default, so yeah, you know.
Like Siege is past its time in the sun.
Siege is 5 or something like that.
It's past its time in the sun. Call of Duty is on its way out. Overwatch is fun.
Because of
Overwatch is fun, but you have to have friends. Like, I can't play Overwatch by myself. I know Chief can, but he needs friends too. Like,
I was just playing it.
Like, dog. Like, is there nothing like video games or like often these...
Fortnite? Apparently, that's supposed to be fun.
Yeah. Okay.
According
not
to
solo. Not solo.
According to everyone, that's supposed to be fun.
I uninstalled that game a couple of days back because I never play it.
Because it's boring. Like, it's the same thing over and over.
It's the same damn map. After playing it a couple times, it's like, okay. And everyone always gets better weapons than me, so I just have to...
This game is like, I don't, bruh.
Everyone's like, Battle Royale is so fun.
Like,
I wanted to play the Horde mode, but it turns out, oh no, you gotta pay for that. Okay. Uninstall. But, you know, the mode that most people would want, which is that Battle Royale, that's completely free.
well, hey,
You'd think they'd make you pay for the Battle Royale because that's what more people would seek out.
apparently.
But
people-
nah, you're gonna make us pay for freaking Horde mode, which is literally the only reason I was even remotely interested in Fortnite.
No game, dude. Like, there's nothing. Like, this year just sucks.
And I price checked it. It's expensive as hell.
The only game that came out this year that was some form of the word good was Persona 5. Because Persona 5 was good. That's hard to beat. Persona 5 was good. But as far as squad games that came out, Sonic Forces was good. Did Neo come out this year?
Is that really a squad game though?
No.
I don't know.
Neo came out. No, Neo. Yeah, it came out this year. Yeah, Neo was good. Like, just from my perspective alone, that might be it. I think that's it. I think there's that came out this year that were good, and none of those games that I mentioned were squad games.
Yeah, mostly solo packs. I mean, we have squad games. In fact, I'm about to get back into a squad game pretty soon. The reason why I quit playing is because no one else played it. I got bored.
What?
Dragon Ball Online. You ever play an MMORPG? Grind out the ass? Yep. I got to a point where I'm literally just grinding 24/7, and my quest inventory got full, and I didn't even know that. I literally thought the quests were bugging out on me when I went to go collect stuff. Went to accept a quest from an NPC, and that's when they finally told me your quest inventory is full. Rather than when I'm trying to collect things in the overworld, thinking that the quest is bugged. So yeah, I went and dropped about maybe 3 or 4 quests that could have netted me some decent experience, all because I thought the game was broke.
Like, I don't like complaining about this too much because a lot of people, a lot of people complain about a lot of things. I don't like complaining about a lot, but like, there isn't any games coming out this year that are like fun for me. I might just start playing an MMORPG. I think that's really lame that I've turned into an MMO. I might just play on my channel. You might just see, like,
for a while? Hell, that's the game I was trying to stream before we got the community guideline strike on the OGM channel. I was attempting to stream Dragon Ball Online.
I might just play like an MMORPG and Overwatch, and that'd be it. Like Sonic Forces, Overwatch, that's it.
If I can find the English patch for Phantasy Star Online 2 on the PC, I'm playing that. Because the game's fun, I guess. I just can't understand a damn thing on the PS4 version because there is no English patch.
Like, to make this even more ridiculous, the games I've been playing recently are, and I think Chief took note of this too, Overwatch, Call of Duty Ghosts, Rocket League, COD Ghost, Rocket League, Overwatch, Sonic Forces, and Xenoverse when I'm bored. That's how desperate we've gotten.
And I guess Worms every now and then.
And Worms, yeah, like
Warframe. Warframe's alright.
Like, me and Chief spent hours in Warframe literally fishing.
Yes, we actually did. That was better than sitting on.
Like, so listen, we literally just stare at the water. We stare at the water and throw spears in the water. That's how serious this is. Games need to do something to make this interesting soon.
That was one of the better things I've done too. This couple weeks. Was throw a spear at water and try to catch fish.
Oh yeah, and us bullying Frieza with key blasts. That was fun.
Like, dude, like, we need squad games. Like, Cards Against Humanity, things like that. Like, I'm just gonna have to start playing more squad games. Because there's nothing here from us. Like, there's genuinely nothing here.
I'm tired of solo games. I'm just tired of solo games.
Also, I'm noticing Xenoverse is not that fun when you're by yourself because you always fight the same extremely sweaty people over and over again.
Yep. And the games that are supposed to be fun,
legitimately cannot play as a male Majin in ranked. I will win a couple of matches, but then I will run into the sweaties where I cannot win with a male Majin. Period. The cons outweigh the pros in that case. I have to constantly keep my stamina high, which means they can just avoid me. And they always go for the unvanishable stamina break, so I either have to vanish before I'm stuck, or use an evasive. So I'm never at full stamina with a male Majin, which means I'm already at a disadvantage.
Aren't,
Did I mention that male Martins attacks with a
aren't
lot?
the games that are supposed to be fun, like for us right now, like the squad games, like are any because the games that are current out, like the current squad games that are out are what? Call of Duty, Battlefront 2, and what? Like that's it, right? That's just
Mm-hmm. And you ain't catching me dead playing mode.
like where is the fun, dude? Like
Yay, I shot a guy and he died. But I win.
I mean, dude, like, this is starting to get.
Friday the 13th, but that's basically just a battle royale game.
I don't. Am I crazy?
Or that's what it'll turn into.
Are we? Maybe we're just
Rocket
jaded.
League,
Rocket League, but that game's been out for like how long now?
Yeah.
Couple of years.
What is the new game? What are the new squad
Wasn't
games?
that a PS4 launch title, or am I wrong?
I don't even know, dude. The current.
Nothing. There's like nothing coming out. Just nothing. It's Z, Fighter Z, or Fighters, but I feel like that's gonna get boring.
Oh, I'm way wrong. Rocket League came out in 2015.
Dog. This is genuinely starting to get sad that we have not a single thing that we can say is a squad game right now that we'd play. Like
That each of us have.
not even that, just a game that we'd be looking forward to get. Are we really going to squad up on Destiny 2? No.
I'm not even getting that, so...
Overwatch is the only squad game that we have that we currently play, but that came out last year.
And I don't play it.
Bigums doesn't play because it's a squad game. Or it's a shooter.
There are no squad games right now.
Shooters do not interest me.
I
I mean, I'll play them, but they're not gonna be my main thing because it's all pretty much the same gig, which is why I don't actively go out and pay money for them.
dude, I get that. I'm just saying, like,
The only reason I got the Uncharted collection is because my PS4 came with Uncharted 4, and I literally refused to play it until I played 2 and 3. Still haven't played 2 and 3 because I just not interested. I have every Uncharted game. I haven't touched them.
we have legit nothing. That's how serious this is. There is.
I still haven't opened Uncharted 4. It's still in its plastic.
No,
it's still in the plastic.
Near Automata. That game came out. That game was fantastic. I forgot all about Near.
Automata, you mean?
Automata, whatever you want to say. It's fantastic. Skyrim.
Is that a squad game?
No, it's not.
You're proving your point. Your earlier point, I mean.
I forgot to call them a Souls game.
It's kind of like that.
Also, yay, Skyrim came out again.
Dude, Skyrim re-released this year. Like,
What year hasn't Skyrim re-released?
I don't.
Be real.
I know, right?
Next thing you know, they're gonna release Skyrim on your neighborhood toaster.
The day that happens, technology has gone too far. I think, but we need to switch topics before we get too depressed on this, dude, because this is sad. This is genuinely sad, the fact that we can't find a single squad game worth our time. That is crazy. That is crazy. Anyway, wow, I'm still on this. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time switching. I'm racking my mind. Like, I'm trying to rack my mind to figure out are there any squad games worth our time. There's not.
Looking.
Damn sure not on the PS4.
I went to the RPG section of PS4.
Monster Hunter's coming.
That'd probably be worth our time.
I don't honestly think I'm gonna buy that, but it does. I will admit, it looks interesting. Like Monster Hunter World, I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
I'd buy that, depending on how much it costs.
Alright, so here's
I definitely won't be pre-ordering it then. Especially since what do they give you for pre-ordering it? Some stupid cat costumes? No thanks.
my deal in the game is always a very simple deal. I like sides. Long as you have a scythe, I'm happy in a video game. I just like sides. I'm a very simple man. But also, like, you gotta also have something to keep me entertained. Long game, dog. Like, what is this? The reason I don't play Overwatch heavily is because I've already done it all. Like, I've done it. I've reached the pinnacle of what I wanted. Yeah, I haven't unlocked every single weapon and gotten to the map.
People dick ride the hell out of Fortnite. It's just one map.
It's just...
Sorry. I want variety.
It's legitimately not fun. When I won in like the first week the game came out. People started playing it. I won and just did not play it again. I legitimately won and then. Yeah, first place. That was hard.
I like killing myself. This is sad. I'm just saying, dude. This is sad. None of you can. You don't nothing. Like, okay, we got to move on to something before I get depressed. Here. You know what I mean?
Loot art.
Yes. Let's talk about that.
Alright, well, you're serious. We're actually doing this.
Yeah, we're doing it. Let's talk about thought crimes when it comes to loot art, right? No. Because here's the thing. When it comes to loot art, you can draw anything and make it perverted. You really can. Dude, I can draw a watermelon, and I decide to...
And throw planes.
What?
That's a thing. And throw planes.
Cool.
Lewd planes. It is a thing.
Not gonna question. You can make anything lewd. You know what I mean? I'm just like, at some point, people are like, "That's nasty. How dare you be attracted to that? Be attracted to this?" And it's like such a weird thing. Because when you think about it,
who are you to decide? What are you like?
Yeah, when everyone's drawing things or making art, I make art to make art. I don't really make art specifically to like jerk it to it. I just make something that I want to make in that moment. Like it's a crazy idea that I like sheep women. Don't know why, but I'm currently drawing that. So yeah, there you go.
I draw blue girls because I like margins.
Recently, I drew a picture of Silver the Hedgehog in a classic style. I like challenging the things I like. Or things I just like. I like to draw things interesting and new. That being said... Yeah, I know. That being said, I feel like as an artist, you should be able to express what you want and make art, and there shouldn't be a problem. But, you know, like you can't sometimes, because there's people who want to put a limitation on art, and it feels weird. I don't get why, but people do that.
Well, like that one post that I retweeted is like, why did you sexualize this character?
Yeah.
How so? You drew nipples on them. It's just,
even then, it's just like, let people make the art that they're making. Don't get in the process.
And it's also like, do you not know do you not understand human anatomy? I mean, they're there. What are you gonna do about it? Also, why are people offended by nipples? I don't get that.
I don't fully understand it either. I really don't.
Why do people care about other people's art?
Because people are dumb with nothing better to do, and their lives are pathetic, and they wish they had the same
I
talent.
don't care what y'all draw.
Like, for example,
I have my opinions, but I'm not gonna say don't draw that. Ew, that's disgusting.
Like, you don't like the four-eyed thing, but you never told me not to draw it.
I've literally had people call me out for drawing the swimsuit pictures before, and it's like, I'm gonna draw whatever the hell I want. I don't care what you say. Like, what are you, my mom? Even my mother, straight up, she says she doesn't approve, but she doesn't care. She never told me not to draw it.
Like,
she just let me know that she doesn't approve.
For Chief, like, I drew recently, for those of you who don't know, on my Tumblr, you can check this out. Keep plugging that all day. But I drew a picture of a female Majin, like a fusion of my character and Begum's character with 4 eyes. That was what I drew. And I went through and I painted it or whatever. And Chief, Awesometon, and a few others have all voiced their opinion of, we'd rather it have 2 eyes than 4. But no one ever said, don't draw it. No one ever said, we hate what you're doing because of that. You know what I mean? Like, no one said they hated it. They just say they don't like it. It's not for them. Like, if I showed Chief a 2-eyed version of it, he'd probably like it compared to the 4-eyed version. It's just not for him. It's a thing. It's whatever. And which I did do the 2-eyed version, and then I went and I was like, you know what? This is my thing. I'm going to do a illustrated painting with the 4-eyed version. And that's what I did. Long-winded, I know. But that being said, why are we, like, in a generation of people, we grew up in a generation of people, like the previous generation you were taught, and this is going to be, I'm going on a tangent, I'm sorry, but I got to get this off my chest because it just hit me. We were taught as kids to do what we want, and whatever you try to do, try your best at it, right? Like, that's what we're taught. You get older, and then you're taught, no, don't do what you want, do what works. And then somewhere we lost it. Somewhere we lost the understanding of no one else's opinion matters.
Well, I never lost that. I do whatever I want, whenever I want.
I'm saying, but somewhere we lost that. Growing up, developmentally, we lost the caring. Like, for example, when I was a kid, and I was in elementary school, there was a kid who went around who everyone liked, and he wanted everyone to like him. And he asked me, why don't you like me? And I told him, you did nothing to me. You never wronged me. I just don't like you. And he couldn't, it baffled his mind. He couldn't understand it, that I didn't like him just because I didn't like him. Right? There was nothing he did to me. The dude was one of the nicest people who was ever nice to me. Just didn't like him. Just don't, you know what I mean? You just don't like people. That's just how, it's nothing wrong with that. I feel like in our age, the generation we grew up in, there's this, not this like pressure, but this desire for you should like everything and everyone if they haven't done anything to you. It's like, no, just you don't like stuff. But just because you don't like something doesn't mean you can't respect the opinions of those or the efforts of those who do like it. You know what I mean? Like, I've never, like, for example, I don't know if I should do this on the podcast. I mean, we've reached the 40-minute mark, or whatever. I could do this. I don't like Hyper. Don't like Hyper, no. But I will never tell anyone who is in association with Hyperdunk they shouldn't like him. I will never tell you to not like Hyper. I will point out the things that he's done to why I don't like him. But I would never judge Big Man for being in Hyper's Discord over mine.
I'm rarely in his Discord, though.
You know what I mean. I won't treat you any differently. I don't treat anyone, because I don't own you. You're your own people. Like,
you gotta love that bad game design. I almost got killed by Cooler because my stamina was low.
I'm taking my shirt off real quick. I had a long sleeve shirt on. It's getting hot in here, so I gotta switch to my. I had to take off the long.
I know this is pretty off topic, but
yep,
who the hell is Dim?
We're unprofessional today. How do I feel like? All right.
Dim thought it was a good idea that male Mosmers take all of the damage when they're low on stamina.
I had that idea.
I almost got killed by Final Form Cooler because he caught me with low stamina while Kaioken was still on.
I had that idea. That was all me. I thought it'd be balanced.
It ain't balanced. Like, I can kind of get where the idea came from because there was one, the tank boost an issue and they would just pop off evasives to renew their poses. But the thing is, that's stopping male Mosmers from doing it, maybe. But that's not stopping other races from doing it. And I proved this with my male Saiyan during one of the raids. I was literally untouchable. Couldn't do a damn thing to me. I was invincible. I used my evasive to reset my poses.
I don't agree that your stamina... I think when your stamina is broken, that's fair. I think stamina broken is fair. I don't think low stamina is fair.
Definitely not.
Well,
male Modgens are no debate. They are the worst race in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And their triangle
You're right.
Their
It's a
combos are terrible.
They whiff a lot. Like, they have a
Their
few
indicators
pros.
bad.
They have a few pros, like some of the easiest stamina breaks out of all of the custom characters, but
What were
their
we talking
cons
about before you did this? I just realized, what were we talking about before you went on this tangent?
how you don't like people.
No, that's...
First,
Okay, I know what I was talking
first,
about. Okay.
before we got on the game tangent, we were talking about what new games are coming out,
Yeah,
and
okay.
then you talked about art.
And then I went to the... I'm
and
looking
then
at
I
my...
went and got a soda. I don't know what happened now.
I'm looking at my list of topics, and I was on the topic of people and how to interact and understand with people. Not that I... Not the topic was not I don't like people. No, which that is easy to
I
pick
know.
up.
It's just I said that because you were saying how you didn't like one person in particular. Who am I kidding? You don't like Hyper. You even said it yourself.
Yeah, I don't. There is no.
Plus, we're past the shade mark, and I'm not getting the ultimate finish because Vegeta just kicked the bucket like a jackass.
So there you go. That's mean. But I don't like certain people or whatever. Cool. My thing is, you have to be willing, because I know where I was left off. You have to be willing to accept someone else's opinion, even though you don't like it. And even if you don't, and here's the deal: just because you don't like someone's opinion is not an excuse to cut them out of your existence. As weird as that sounds, just because I don't like Chief's opinion about the female Majin and the amount of eyes it has, is not an excuse to cut, they're getting loud out there. It's not an excuse to cut Chief out of my life because me and him disagree. Because I don't want to be around people. If you put yourself in a group of people where they only agree with what you have to say,
You aren't developing as a person.
that's an echo chamber. That's not. Those people aren't genuinely your friends. They're not. They can't be. They can't genuinely be your friends if they always agree with you.
I mean, unless they are your clone.
Yeah, unless you're a clone. But they can't genuinely be your friend if they are. Me and Bigums agree on a lot of things, but disagree on the same amount of things we agree on. It's true. Me and him agree. We have similar thought process, which is dangerous. But the things that we don't agree on, we don't agree. And that's just how it is. Whereas I like Kefla's character more than he does. He don't like Kefla at all. I don't go, Bigums, you're not allowed to be a part of the Obnoxious Gang Mafia anymore. Your opinion is different than mine. You can leave now. That'd be retarded.
KYS, you stupid idiot.
Yeah, that'd be retarded. But there are people on the internet where you disagree with me, blocked. Why? Why would you ever do that?
They can't.
Because my opinion is also precious. How dare you disagree with me?
Like, how fragile must you be as a human being to where you miss that developmental step of this person disagrees with me. Their opinions are now invalid. Like,
It's called being a man-child.
women do it too.
I know.
Women can be men,
Just
children as well.
But
Equal rights.
You know my philosophy on the internet. Everyone on the internet is a man until proven otherwise. You know my.
Tom.
Okay.
He actually is a man.
Until proven
actually
otherwise,
is
that's
a
a
man.
female.
He actually is a man.
We're moving on.
Actually is a man.
We're moving on.
Good old Tom.
Well, that until proven otherwise. But I had to share that because that's something that I've noticed a lot of people do. I noticed that a lot of people do that. You know what I mean? And it's just weird. Another thing that so a lot of my subs talk to me during the live stream. They do that during live streams or whatever. They don't, some of them don't come to the channel, some do. Let's talk about confidence real quick. Can we talk about confidence for like 20 minutes and podcast be over?
Go ahead.
That sound fair? For a 3-man show? Podcasts and like my podcast that we're running, I think everyone can tell I'm a pretty confident guy. I don't put on a show. Everything you see is pretty much all natural. I'm probably slightly louder, but everything's all natural. You know what I mean? I don't have to fake it for YouTube. No, you guys aren't that important for me to lie to you. Sorry. I have to be honest with you.
Sure.
Like, you guys are awesome, but I don't. For me to lie to you about my personality, you would have to be like the Pope, because that's ridiculous. Why would I lie to you about my personality? I gain nothing. You gain nothing. There's nothing to be gained there. Only people who aren't confident in themselves lie about their personalities. They lie about who they are. Because they're not confident that who they really are is worthy of being your friend. Bigums and Chief. You guys are... Well, Chief is very confident. Bigums, you are most definitely confident in the way you act. Were you ever at a time when
Hey,
you...
what's that supposed to mean?
I just about in the middle of class. Have you ever been non-confident? Like, have you ever lacked confidence? And if so, how did you gain it? If not, you've always been confident. I understand that too.
Oh, I've been pretty. I'm kind of shy in some cases.
I'm
But other
shy.
than but other than that, I'm confident in what I can and can't do.
Like when I moved schools and I don't really know anybody. It was like in 6th grade when I moved schools. I was still trying to like get friends and stuff. But that's probably like the only time.
Yeah, I'm confident, but I'm not the kind of guy who just Freeze is perfect blocking everything I'm doing. Holy shit, that's annoying. You little fuck. Stop that. I will break your tail off and feed it to you.
I don't know what that has to do with being
But that's
confident.
probably the only time.
But okay, I get it, Chief. I get it. But that makes sense. And you were like, how old were you? Like what? 8?
6th grade.
Oh.
4 years ago. Like 11, 10.
11, yeah. So there you have it. You see what I'm saying. For the most part, we were... I was shy. Or not even shy. I lacked confidence around middle school because something happened. And it caused me to lose all my confidence. I don't feel like talking about that on the podcast, so, you know. But around high school, I gained my confidence back. Yeah. Being confident is like... It's the most essential building block in life. You know what I mean? Like being confident is one of the few things that gets your foot in the door. Like if you don't like me, you don't whatever. There are people out there who didn't like me in high school. There's a lot of people who didn't like me. I was kind of popular. I was actually pretty popular in high school. People did not like me. That's true. No one liked me. Well, not no one. A lot of people liked me. But a lot of people didn't like me. And the ones who didn't like me, confidence is just simply summed up as no one's opinion of you matters more than your opinion of you. And as long as your opinion of you is that you're a rock star, baller, king, pimp, the third, whatever it is, Pope Francis, whatever you are, whatever your rock star persona is, whatever you have, as long as you believe that you are the best you can be, or you're actively working towards being the best you, and you're putting your best foot forward, no one can tell you anything. And there's a beautiful relief off your shoulders when you make that first step of like, I'm just gonna do it. And it's you have to think you're just gonna do it. There is no I'm gonna do it and fail. I'm just gonna do it and do it. And it's gonna happen. And it's gonna work out in my favor because that's who I am. And I swear to you, this is how a lot of the girlfriends I've gotten, a lot of the people I know, the people I meet, the people I talk to. Heck, my YouTube channel is the best shining example of how confident I am as a human being. Because as a YouTuber, you have to be confident as a YouTuber. You have to be. Because if you're insecure, you don't know why people come to your channel. Because why would they come to your channel if you don't believe in you? Like, as a YouTuber, I know that my comedy and my personality are so unique. You'll come here to get it. There's no one else doing me. And even my imitators can't do me the way I do. There's no one who can match my personality the way I do it. You can try your hardest, you can mimic it. You ain't gonna equal Owl. You're not gonna be better than I expected. Sorry, that's not happening. You're not doing that. There's no one says the things I say. And I don't say it to say it. It's just who I am. Who else you know will say something so ridiculous as delicious sweet cotton candy innocence?
Alright, you came up with
That's just me. That's who I am. I know I'm such a nuttily, abundantly funny individual. Like, I'm so different. And I'm so happy
Well,
I'm this way.
hate to cut you off there, but I'm also very tired of people saying Bowers. That's
That's
fucking annoying. I'm sorry. It's so fucking annoying.
That's-
Please.
Can
Shut up
someone
with that.
explain to me what's the deal with adding B's on the front of words?
Syriac.
Syriacs.
Powerful.
I didn't even know that until recently, but it's a Syriac thing, and it's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
but
when he said
people
it
I
in the...
know that don't know Syriacs do it too.
It's weird. People are stupid.
It spreads.
Like a
In a,
virus.
yeah. Like, they don't have to know about Syriacs to know about that. Because I've discovered the Bowers bullshit before. Well, I knew who Syriacs was, but I didn't know he was the one who started it.
Yeah. Like, also, like, you gotta, I don't know, you gotta be willing to be original and do your own thing. I feel like being someone who's confident doesn't copy others. They just say who they are and they say the things. And if you watch a certain YouTuber, then yes, typically you'll pick up their speech pattern because you like that YouTuber. I watch SSJ Apom, and every once in a while, I watch SSJ Apom, and every time I'm like, you gotta understand. I say that. I actively will say you gotta understand, but I don't say you gotta understand to be funny. It just the way it just naturally has replaced the way I say the word you gotta understand. But I don't call people pop pop. I just go you gotta understand. That's just who I am. I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to mimic SSJ.
Like,
It's just
when I went to
incorporated.
that, when I was tuned into the Namco Bandai live stream, Syriac said Bowers once. I didn't even hear it, and the chat begins to spam it.
Do you
That's
remember?
how bad it is.
Do you remember the actually useful?
That was a Syriac thing,
yeah,
too?
Hypers say it all the time. Yeah, that's Syriacs. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I know he used to say it all the time, and that too was annoying. And I'm just like, why do you keep saying that?
the Syriacs.
And then Sky started copying it too, and I'm just like, stop it.
Like it's what happens. And I think if you're a confident individual, you wouldn't copy people intentionally. Like that. I don't copy SSJ Apom. It just happens. And also, Bowers is something you actually have to cognitively think to do. I don't think anyone actually goes Bowers. Because that's not how it's said. You gotta go Bowers. You gotta emphasize how ridiculous it is. So you actually have to think about it. Like, again, if you're doing it to meme and make fun, that's nothing. Again, we're not saying you can't do that. We're saying if you're producing content or you're anywhere else, and there is not this YouTuber, or your friends aren't specifically knowing this YouTuber, maybe you just chill and be you. I think that's a fair thing. Because like you don't. It's so weird. Like no one's going around saying top of the morning to you, laddie. It's like no, you don't do that. Don't do that.
Or at least, at the very least, I haven't seen anyone do that.
You don't Jacksepticeye this. You don't do that.
Top of the morning to you, laddies!
Right there you go. That's how you do it. You don't Jacksepticeye this though. You don't. You be who you are. And on YouTube, it's called YouTube. Figure out who you are and produce your stuff. It's not hard. It's simple. Just be who you are and do your thing. It's not... And be who you are confidently. Like, Jesus Christ. It's... So many people are so insecure and don't know who they are or don't know what they're doing. Take time to figure it out. And if you don't know who you are, odds are it's because you're around people who influence you. So guess what you do? Isolate yourself. It's not hard. It's not the biggest deal. You don't have to do it forever. Just take time to know you. Oh, I go to school. Don't talk at school. Just listen to music. Do what you gotta do. Just focus on who you are and what you like. I didn't know I liked playing like guitar and music. I didn't know this. So I got to know myself. I found out that I enjoy doing it.
I almost never talk to anybody in my... And I'm seen as the weird guy for this. I'm sorry, but if people come up here asking me stupid questions, I'm going to ignore them. Like, who are you drawing? Is she nice? Does she go here? Shut up. That's none of your damn business.
I mean, it kind of. I mean, if you drew me, I'd
Like, is she nice? Does she go here? Do you care?
Sure enough. Sure enough.
And for that matter, they didn't even know I was drawing a person. They weren't even going to ask those questions at first. All they were asking was, "What are you drawing?" I responded by a friend of mine, well, a former friend, and then they started asking all those personal ass questions like, who are you and why do you want this information?
Yeah, you got a little bit of a northern attitude, but yeah, you get the concept. It's just be yourself, learn who you are, and get to know yourself. It's not the biggest deal. I am an artist. I like every form of art. I like every form of music. For a long time as a kid, I didn't think I liked country. I thought I hated country music. You know what I found out I liked country music? I sat down to myself.
Listen to it.
I sat down on the internet by myself when I spent a good month by myself. I didn't talk to anyone really at school. I did what my parents told me to, but I stayed myself. And I was on the internet, and I stumbled across Nickelback, which, yeah, Nickelback's one of my favorite bands. I kid you not, ironically enough. At me on Twitter, Nickelback's one of my favorite bands. And they had a country music style at some point, and when I listened to those songs, I was like, I like this. I want more of this. And I found out I like country music. And I was like, well, that's cool. What else do I like? And I listened to music that I was like, I don't think I like this. Because I was told I don't like this, or this isn't good. And then I listened to it, and it was good, and I liked it. So yeah, listen to what you want to listen to. Give it a shot. You might like it, you might not. But like,
I never really bother listening to what people tell me to listen to. Because especially when most of it is that trash rap that people listen to nowadays, I hear that playing through people's headphones all the time. It sounds like shit.
I like it.
I absolutely hate it.
Ironically enough, some of it I don't like, some of it I do like. You have to listen, because I had the same opinion. I was like, this music is bad. I listened to it, and I was like, this music isn't bad. I just gotta listen to you have to figure out for yourself what you like and you don't like. And you have to listen to things.
Oh, I don't like all rap, but a lot of the rap people be listening to with their loud ass headphones, hate it.
I think what you should do, this isn't at you, this is anyone watching the podcast.
It's funny because my headphones are...
This podcast is for this isn't for us, this is for just people listening in. This is never really for us. Except the moment we have where we're trying to figure out if we're going to play.
Still doing that.
I want it to be known that you need to try something new. You have to try something new open-mindedly with no influence but your own. Because if you go into it open-minded with no one else's influence, you'll get your truest opinion. You'll get your most honest opinion of what you think about something. That's how it is. It's true. If, for example, if your friends tell you, if you're told, I don't like drawing, or you're told that this is hard or something like that, and you do it, and you find enjoyment while doing it, you tend to find out you like it. It's always how it is. I did not know.
I was always baffled when people told me that they couldn't draw. It's like, really? It's easy. I do it all the time.
But that comes naturally to you. It's something that you naturally desire to do. For other people, it isn't something they naturally desire to do. I don't want to get too heavy into this because we do a podcast for another hour. I would go on an hour. But I would, yeah. But to sum this up quickly, some people are born with their natural desire of what they want to do. But when someone tells you that you naturally desire to do something, I'm going to be real with you. People who naturally desire to make things and create things are usually people who aren't satisfied. They're not satisfied with the current level of what they can do. They're not satisfied with the current things that they're making. They're not satisfied that they've gotten all the ideas out of their head. They still have a lot of ideas that they just need to get out. These people aren't satisfied. We're all like, as an artist, I am never satisfied with my level of skill. I'm not even that good at painting. And that's why I take pictures from Big Man and other people that I get to practice my painting, because I like to get better. I'm not where I want to be. Artists are never satisfied, but we're always striving to become better. That is the difference between a casual artist and an actual artist. The desire to continue progressing and getting better through practice and hours that you'll never get back in sleepless nights. But yeah.
Oh, I know that.
That being said, I think we've gone on for an hour and 9 minutes. Welcome back. I'm sorry we've been gone for so long. We're glad to be back. This has been the OwlCast. Closing notes, gentlemen, go. What do you have to say?
Buff bail margins, you prick.
No, 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 no,